Good afternoon. I'm Nerissa Sandy with WEFM'S 3pm news for today, the 3rd of January. On the local scene, public and private sector workers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will receive an increase in minimum wage. This new development comes after Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Sals met with the Wages Council on Tuesday, the 2nd of January 2024 to finalize discussions. A reliable source told WEFM News that although the decision was made to increase the minimum wage, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will not be increasing the minimum wage by 14%. In 2022, the Ministry of Finance made the announcement that measures will be put in place by the government to facilitate a possible increase in the minimum wage for workers, adding that the public servants in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will receive a 7% salary increase over a 3-year period for the years 2023 to 2025. During his independence address at Victoria Park on October 27, 2023, Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Sals made the announcement that the decision to increase the minimum wage will be consequent upon the full review of the report from the Wages Council. An official announcement is expected to be made soon pertaining to the outcome. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force will roll out a 90-day gun amnesty program with effect from May 1st, 2024. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crimes, Trevor Bailey, says 43 of the 55 gun-related incidents in 2023 were murders. Bailey made the revelation at the first press conference hosted by the police at its Kingstown headquarters this morning.
During the year 23, Operation TFOS would have netted 29 illicit firearms and 290 rounds of ammunition. The operation will continue in 24. Later on this week or early next week, we intend to commence a period of consultation throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines to bring the members of the public up to speed as to how the amnesty will take shape and what are the measures to be employed in this amnesty.
We must apologize. Let us give you the correct insert at this time.
We urge persons who are in possession of illegal firearms to continue to work with your partner. The Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force is your friend. It is your partner. Together we can and will rid St. Vincent and the Grenadines of there's no factory in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that manufactures weapons and ammunition. Therefore, they must be coming from somewhere.
And that was Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crimes, Kevin Bailey, speaking at a press conference this morning. In related news, the issue of citizen security remains a top priority for the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. So says Commissioner of Police Enville Williams while speaking at the press conference this morning.
During the year 23, Operation TFOS would have netted 29 illicit firearms and 290 rounds of ammunition. The operation will continue in 24. Later on this week or next week, we intend to commence a period of consultation throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines to bring the members of the public up to speed as to how the amnesty will take shape and what are the measures to be employed in this amnesty. Government have
Commissioner of Police Enville Williams, while speaking at this morning's press conference, said they are continuing with efforts in ridding the streets of the influx of illicit firearms and ammunitions. In Guyana, in news out of the region, Guyana has taken up seat on the United Nations Security Council. According to a report by Caribbean Loop News, Guyana has joined 5 other countries in officially taking up their 2-year term on the United Nations Security Council on Tuesday, the 2nd of January. Guyana's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Caroline Rodriguez Burkett, installed the Guyana flag alongside those of other Security Council members outside the council chambers. Guyana, Algeria, and the Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone, and Slovenia were elected to serve in June of last year, and they are replacing Albania, Brazil, Ghana, and the United Arab Emirates, who ended their terms on December 31st, 2023. 5 permanent members sit around the iconic horseshoe table in New York, China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The 10 non permanent members selected to provide regional balance are elected by the General Assembly, which is made up of all 193 UN member states. Still in the region, the Caribbean community said it is deeply saddened at the passing of the Honorable Basdia Pandey, former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, on the 1st of January 2024. On its chairman of CARICOM, Bahamas Prime Minister Philip Davis said the community extends heartfelt condolences to Pandey's family members and friends and the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago. Pandey, who passed away on the 1st of January at the age of 90, is the first to be given a state funeral under Hindu rites. He has been remembered for his wit, charisma, and contributions to Trinidad and Tobago's political landscape. Mr. Pandey was the 5th Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and served in that capacity from November 9th, 1995 to December 24th, 2001. And on the international scene, the United Nations peacekeeping force in Lebanon says it is deeply concerned about a potential escalation of violence. In a report, the BBC said a spokesperson for the UN says a wider conflict will have devastating consequences for both Israel and Lebanon and urges all parties to show restraint. The report says this new development comes after Hamas deputy leader Saleh al-Aruri was killed in Beirut last year. At least 1,200 people were killed when Hamas attacked Israel on the 7th of October, and about 240 others were taken hostage. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza was quoted as saying by the BBC that more than 22,000 people have been killed in the territory since Israel started its retaliatory campaign. This brings us to the end of WEFM'S 3 p.m. newscast for today, the 3rd of January. Do join us at 5:30 this evening when we'll have our final newscast for today. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Nerissa Sandy.